Welcome back to Uncle John. I'm sorry. Gotta laugh to keep from crying. Welcome back to the show. We are listening to Up All Night by Blink-182 off of Neighborhoods. As I often say, a lot of news in the world, and most of it is not good. Our top story is that Russia has invaded Ukraine. I mean, this is something that we've all kind of been holding our breath for like a week, but it has happened. And it's, they've already declared that, Russian separatist section. They already have the country surrounded, including across the Baltic Sea, I guess. And they're just bombing, and they're bombing, installations and whatnot, and they're using cruise missiles now, and then they're going to go in with ground troops and airstrikes, and it's war. When I talked about some of the other, there have already been some sanctions. Countries have come out with sanctions. Germany canceled the Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline. Biden came out immediately and said, very strong, blah, blah, blah. Putin came back again. His whole thing is protecting citizens, which is so cynical that this is an invasion. It's an invasion. It's right to call it that. I know. And then in local news, it's very cold. It's been very cold. It did snow, and I did some snow episodes, but it's been sunny the last day or so, but it's been cold. There are cold weather shelters. It's like record-breaking cold. There are cold weather shelters at City Hall, and which is, oh gosh, I should have this news. I believe the one at City Hall is for single adults, and the one at Rainier Beach is for families. I should look that up and put that in the comments and make sure I get that right. Here in this house, as you may or may not know, my furnace doesn't work. I've made it all winter. This is now pretty much my second winter without a furnace, which is expensive as far as using electricity goes, because it's a lot more expensive than gas, so we're using space heaters and whatnot. But I survived even through the coldness. It's been a little bit cold in the mornings the last couple of days, but really, it's February, so you expect to be, I have mostly not been cold this whole winter, so I can't complain. And then again, in personal news, my furnace broken like pretty much all the appliances. I just shot a cooking episode, another episode, this time lentil soup, a winter lentil soup. My fridge, which, all my appliances have personality. The fridge, the furnace, which the furnace is completely broken. The toilet, the sink, which the faucet for is right here because I have to install it. And then all the devices to run this show. So, unfortunately, the Dad Show is on hiatus because Zoom is it's just now impossible for me to, I can barely shoot a singular episode, just by myself episode, because it will just drop out or cut out, as I've shown. Oh, sorry, I thought something was going to happen. As I've shown, this laptop is literally held together with rubber bands. Also my phone, which I use my notes from. This is... Oh, wait. Let's see, I don't know what I got this right because he's lost Trudeau's off of the split with BitBoy. But yeah, no, so yeah, and now my phone that I use, so the button has broken. I love my phone. It's a red Hydrogen 1 shot on red. But now the button is broken. The only way I can get it to like turn on is to unplug it and plug it in again, which is now literally I can't use it outside of the house. It's basically useless. I have now ordered. So I've actually ordered a new phone and a new tablet. I almost ordered a cheapy a cheapy laptop just because I do miss my, well, I talk to my dad every week. We've talked on the phone the last couple of weeks. We haven't been able to Zoom because I can't get a Zoom connection that goes out. Like I can shoot this show on Zoom as I am right now, but if I try and connect, it like automatically disconnects and just does all this weird shit. And I kept my dad waiting for half an hour, which I hate. Like I have a history of being late and irresponsible and whatnot, but in this case it really was. I was there the whole time, just like technology just not on my side, and it was so frustrating. So I almost bought a cheapy laptop just to, but it's Wednesday. It's not going to, it wouldn't have arrived anyway. It's not going to arrive by Sunday anyway. This is Cry Tough. I don't know why this is Cry Tough. By Poison. Sorry, I know I'm all over the place, but I'm always all over the place. That's the format of the show. Get used to it. Our other top story in the world is Texas Governor Greg Abbott is an asshole, but that's not new news. We'll get to it. But even Dow Constantine came out to say protect trans kids. So that's well, no, why tease it and then just tell the story? Tell the story. They've now passed a bill that will. Okay, I'm sorry. An executive order because they tried to pass the bill, but the bill died. So now they made an executive order to do an end run, which I don't know. I mean, Democrats use them, Republicans use them. That's a whole thing. But to basically to have instances of where gender affirming. I almost said surgery, but it's not even about surgery. Medical care of any kind, hormone blockers, any kind of gender-affirming medical care can be treated or investigated as child abuse. So obviously, much like other things, the goal is a chilling effect. First of all, I don't know a trans parent who wouldn't stand up for a parent of a trans child who wouldn't stand up. Go to jail. Fine. You want to try and send me in jail for that shit? Do it. But yeah, no, that's shitty. Anyway, did not end up buying a cheaper laptop. I want to do a little bit more investigating because I have a tendency to buy technology impulsively, like the two items I did buy today. So I found out there is a phone newer than this that is 3D, and that is the Rocket IO 3D. There's also the Rocket IO 3D Pro. I bought a used one off of Mercari. You can buy new ones off of the Walmart website. Only the IO 3D, the 3D Pro does not seem to be available anywhere currently. The Rocket website has them, and they both have a buy now button, but then it leads to a page that says like coming back soon. At first it was unclear. On their website, it's unclear whether you can even shoot in 3D. It does take... Well, their website says no, but a review says yes. Apparently it does not take 3D video, but it takes a type of 3D picture where you have to manually, like... I'm curious to try it, and it's also unclear as to whether you can export 3D images from the phone or if they're stuck within the environment. Either way, it was worth a shot. I think I'm going to end up getting a Pixel 6, S22. Yeah. Okay, so I opened with the Anka Joms. I don't know why I love that. Sometimes just Julia Fox saying Anka Joms goes through my head now. I've seen that meme like hundreds of times, if not thousands. Sometimes I just watch it over and over. It's just hilarious. And I had no idea she was saying Uncut Gems. It did not occur to me that she was... For some reason, I thought Anka Jams was some song. It would help if I knew who Josh Softy, if I knew who that was. Like, I don't know any of this. I barely know who she is. I barely know or care who Kanye is. In fact, I don't. I wish I did. I wish, like, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, I could fucking de-Kanye my brain. This is Ain't Gonna Die Tonight. I hope.
You can't kill me, not my spirit. History is ours tonight. The people are chanting, can't you hear it?
Yeah, no, I mentioned the cooking show. I did a lentil soup using carrots from our own garden. The gardening show is up. The gardening show is not up, but it's coming soon. President's Day show is up. But the gardening show is also President's Day. The plant peas for President's Day. That's when I discovered that there were mystery carrots I didn't even know were there. Now part of the lentil soup. Tilly has laid her first egg of the summer. Spring, summer, whatever. Goldie lays eggs year round. Tilly's eggs are blue. I don't know if you can tell. Goldie's are like beige to pink, depending. But Tilly laid her first egg of the year. Cooking show coming. Hair dye shows coming. The Taylor Swift special. Finally shot that. BRB.
My spirit in the stars, bury me in a graven card. History was ours. Said I ain't gonna die tonight. You can't kill me, not my spirit. History is ours tonight. The people are chanting, can't you hear it? Wake up, bitch! I ain't dead yet. And if I was in heaven, I'd be the best. Trash my closet, looking like a swap meet in Texas. And maybe it's excess, but we ain't covered the same club player. Talking to a boss player, checks like a ball player. Easy money all day. I'm sorry, pissing off neighbors. Get up on my dick and get the finger like a crossfader. I be in my lawn chair, stargazing like whoop. I'm praising the Most High, your boy in his own J's. I made it to courtside. Remember the old days and praying for cosigns when labels up with me pay. I said that I won't sign. Took my weakness and turned that into a weapon. And when everybody doubted me, I turned that to my leverage. So I stand up on the stage. It wasn't plain for you, it was destined. Look at 50,000 people with their hands into the heavens. Said I ain't gonna die tonight. You can't kill me, not my spirit. History is ours tonight. The people are chanting. Can't you hear it?
I was gonna shoot last night. Obviously, it was Tuesday, 2/2/2/2/2/2. You know, it was the 2th day of spring, really into 22. So that was it. Oh my god, sorry. Sitting on a pen. It's like that Princess and the Pea show. But yeah, like I said, these Taylor Swift stars. Feeling 22 glasses. Okay. Okay. I'm still recording. Oh my god, we talked about Kanye West versus Peppa Pig. Like, I can't do it. But, oh, I really shouldn't even, because all of this is just to sell records. All of this is someone much smarter than me is like, Kanye's doing all of this on purpose. Like, he's using his wife, he's using his children, he's using Peppa Pig, he's using whatever he can to sell a fucking record. Which it probably will work, because fuck me, and Kanye's, yeah, I'll admit it, Kanye's a lot smarter than me, except he got taken by right-wing operatives who really wanted Trump to win. Which didn't work out. I'll keep, oh my god, why can I not, why are my notes, okay, notes. Ugh. Mainly not. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see if I can avoid reporting on. Let's see if I can avoid. This is Roses by St. John. Most people know the remix. Actually, I like the original better.
I walked in the corner with the body screaming dog. Never saw the back, but looking like Pablo in the front. This gon' make him feel the way like Tony Kilmanor. You already know. You already know. I walked in the corner with the money on my finger. She might get it poppin' on my wife for I already know, all I need is wrong. Baby, tell me when I turn it on. You know I get too late when I turn it on. Can't handle my behavior when I turn it on. Too fast, I'm eyes, like the leaves, no fuck with a nigga, bro. So you wanna, and I know you won't tell nobody, no. And I know you won't tell nobody, no, bro. I might pull up flexing on these niggas like a rose. I might tell your girl you cute for bad and that shit goes. Standing on the table, rose, fuck the walls. You know who to call. Baby, tell me when I turn it on. You know I don't know.
Okay, in no particular order. Let's just get through these stories. Did I talk about the Museum of Museums and the Bring Your Cat to the exhibit? That feels like a bad idea. I would like to know more. Would you like to know more? We'll fight those bugs and we'll win. Kill him dead, Johnny! I'm sorry, I'm just screaming random Starship Troopers quotes. If you're like, what brain pop is going on right now? Like, just forcing me to too fast, I'm about the federal hate crime charges for all 3 men in the Mont Arbery, the McMichaels, and the other dude, whatever the fuck. I mean, we already talked about Kim Potter, and I can't even. Potter the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. Yeah, we talked about government. Cabinet orders state to treat gender-affirming care as child abuse. I'm going to just play this through. Equity Texas, an LGBTQ advocacy organization, said all children deserve to grow up healthy and learn to take care of their bodies in a way that helps them live full, happy lives. Obviously, for transgender kids, this might include gender-affirming care that has been endorsed by pediatricians and proven to help kids' mental health and future well-being, the organization said in a statement. Penalizing parents for supporting their kids, knowing several parents of trans teens. In other hatefulness news, a little bit more local. After a 26-year-old portrait of MLK's of Martin Luther King on the side of Fats Chicken and Waffles was defaced on Martin Luther King Day, the community raised $18,000 to bring the artist back. He currently resides in Mexico, as well as install anti-graffiti coating and security cameras. It's a shame those things are necessary, but they are, and so good. This year was the first year I didn't go in years, including the pandemic. Again, in the why am I even reporting on this? Should I just not and then? Okay, so yeah, no. The Truth app was the top spot in the Apple Store. 300,000 on the wait list now. Though at least some of those are confirmed people who are just journalists or whatever who are one who is not confirmed is Devin Nunez's cow, which we've talked about the terms of service where you're not allowed to disparage the company or whatever. I guess that includes the CEO because an account, not the actual Devin Nunez's cow, who I believe follows us, but we definitely follow them. Not them, but a follow-up parody account. Because if you recall, Devin Nunez actually sued the Devin Nunez's cow account, took it all the way to federal court and lost because it was fair use parody. It is fair use parody. Sorry, starring Scott Baio as the racist. Fair use parody is a thing, and you will not prevail in court on that. Much like the father of, again, this is the worst. You know I hate NFTs. I hate reporting on NFTs. The worst NFT news. So the father of remember the journalist she was shot live on camera, and so was I think the cameraman. Well, that footage is still circulates. So he's now converted it into the NFT with the, I think, mistaken understanding that this would now make him the owner, because I guess the news network won't give him copyright control. There's lots of elements to this. The Google and whatnot, no one will help him. No one will help him keep this off the internet. It's a snuff film that's just on the internet. And as he points out, Google monetizes it and makes money off of it. If it's in search result, if it turns up and they know it and they don't stop it, he's right. And turning he's now made an NFT of it for nothing. I mean, because most experts, and again, I'm not an expert, but most experts on Wednesdays we were pinned. Most experts seem to be suggesting that's not how it works. I mean, as we all panicked for a moment, you can still find David After Dentist. For a moment, it actually was taken down on YouTube, and I was like, oh. But no, you can absolutely still find David After Dentist on the internet. If you could, look it all up. Look it up. I don't have the energy to talk about all that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Something is. What's Talking Ben the Dog? Because that's also in the top 5 in the Apple Store. So that kind of tells me this is something off the Mean Girls soundtrack. We haven't done that in a minute or two. I have announced they're making a movie out of this, right? So that's the next step for these songs. But then there will be the movie soundtrack, and then I can play the hell out of that. I was really hoping there was going to be a touring company. Oh, as it turned out, we've already gone through this. The touring company and the original cast recording are not as different as someone gets hurt, for sure. Remember in my mind.
I'm a sexy mouse.
Duh. And again, no one at work has known this. I continue to wear pink every week on Wednesdays. Again, on Wednesdays we wear pink, and no one at my job has noticed, but I'm waiting for someone to catch it. It took people it took people months to say anything about me wearing a suit, so I'm not even sure, I don't know what they notice versus what they actually talk about, or what they'll talk about to my face versus behind my back, because that's always a thing too, in this fucking world. Just kidding, I'm in a good mood. What did you know? Was I a game to you? Was I a way to be cool? I truly cared. Oh, and then Kelsey Grammer was trending for a blip because people apparently didn't realize he was a Trumper. He was spotted at a party in Mar-a-Lago. Recently, I've always known he was a right winger. I guess I assumed he was a Trumper. I didn't assume Trump would be a straw for him. He seems like the kind of asshole for whom that wouldn't be a straw. I mean, does he not seem like an arrogant asshole? Does he not fit the type? Right? Self-important and privileged. Also, his 1995 autobiography mentions statutory rape, but it's kind of like, I got away with it, which I cannot. Self-defense. I thought you had the sense to see through that. Was I too proud of you? Was I too cold and forbidding? That you chose her over me. Are you kidding? Alright, I'm just going to try to plow through the Kanye news and get it over. So, picking on Pete Davidson, both in song and in memes, Marvel Civil War memes that are just ridiculous. I mean, he's like an 8th grader. I don't like any of the need to adjust his meds jokes or anything. Again, that's ableist, and mental health doesn't make you a privileged ass, borderline personality. I don't know. The point being, there's a difference between being an arrogant asshole and mental health, and obviously being an asshole just comes naturally to him, and he's enabled and entitled by a world who shows up for concerts where he still will keep you waiting 2.5 hours late, because he always does that shit, and then play a bunch of garbage, play a bunch of half-finished garbage that if you want to show up for that, if you want to pay for that, if you want to live stream that, if you want to platform that, I guess I'm semi-platforming it right now. I don't know why I'm feeling the Winona Riders right now. Is this actually the Great Rock and Roll Slender? I don't feel like that's all the Kanye news, but that's all I have at this moment.
Our job is to manipulate the consumer by arousing his desires, and then we satisfy those desires for a fixed price.
There's apparently $240 for a stem player, which again looks like some kind of like 2004 pre-screen MP3 player piece of shit. But whatever, you do you, Kanye. Yeah, this is like old. This is now old, like Super Bowl news. They had a flaming hot button for Frito-Lay, but again, it's Pepsi, so fuck that. The Salesforce is weird Matthew McConaughey ad. We got people talking, I guess. SoFi Stadium blasting Bon Jovi during halftime, so people couldn't hear the rehearsals. Mary J. Blige's new album, merch drop, Silk Road. Suge Knight Jr. approves of Snoop Dogg's purchase of Death Row Records. Yeah, the weirdest tie-in was some kind of partner with Snoop Dogg for guard dog security package. Like, yeah, I don't know. January 18th, happy birthday, Dr. Dre. That just passed. Speaking of blasting music, Elon Musk complains about the quote-unquote fun police won't let Tesla drivers blast music and fart noises outside of their vehicle. And by fun police, he means the National Highway Safety and Transportation Association. Like, basically, the cars don't meet a safety standard. Because again, basically only emergency vehicles are allowed to blast noise outside of their vehicle. Actually, that's not true. I'm sorry, let me take that back. I'm like, basically only emergency and ice cream trucks and, okay, I guess there are circumstances. And I mean, can you not just play your music loud? You actually have to have speakers mounted on the outside? Like, what kind of asshole are you? Because I just play my music loud. And I know it's loud enough for other people to hear because it like shakes the ground. And again, I don't understand. Is that actually to this day? I'm like, is that actually the stock sound system of 2004 Prius? Because that shit sounds amazing. Like almost everything sounds amazing in that car. And yeah, and you can crank it like it's super loud. It's louder than any other car vehicle sound I ever had. And I don't know if that's just because they've allowed the decibel to go up, or someone installed an aftermarket part that I missed. Actually, I checked the trunk. I was like, is there a subwoofer? Is there but again, Elon is disappointed that his asshole Tesla fans can't be bigger assholes to other people. Like, this is basically like people fighting against seatbelt laws. Well, helmet laws is a whole different thing. We'll talk about that. Bicycle helmet laws were just repealed, and we already have talked about it. But that is an equity issue, and that's not about safety in the sense of the people who are fighting against it, and those are people like actually Share the Street Seattle, like a bike advocacy organization, and Real Change, a homeless advocacy organization. And again, this is Goddamn Rollerbladers by Boris the Sprinkler. Just add water? Is that no? Yeah, no, there's. Oh, just. mentioned. Oh, whoops! I must have grabbed both of these. I mentioned Liquid Death, Super Bowl ad. That, just the fact that they can afford that makes me like they don't need any more of my money or promotion or support. They've hit the big time. Not that I thought that they were poor or struggling or underground. Well, no, I did think they were underground. I mean, I did. Most people still don't know what I'm talking about, but whatever. And then Eminem took a knee. Speaking of it, yeah, okay, that's fine. You know what? I'll grab it. Oh. We're on a little bit of covers kick. This is Apocalypse Hoboken with This Pop Goes the World. But yeah, no, the NFL confirmed that they knew that Studio Rehearsals were yeah, Kendrick Lamar may or may not have said we hate the po-po. Dr. Dre definitely still said not loving them. Police, that was clearly audible. Oh yeah, Mary J. Blige's new LP, Good Morning Gorgeous, is out now. Her 11th. It's on 300 Records, which makes her a label mate of Water Parks. That's I don't want to say that's random, but sure, Mary J. Blige and Water Parks. ASL performers were featured for the first time in the halftime show. Warren, Wawa, Snipe, and Sean Forbes. Snipe had previously performed the anthem and America the Beautiful in the pregame show in 2021. That whole thing with Big Daddy Kane accidentally pushed Billy Sanders, but I don't want to make a big deal out of it because he apologized, and the part that made the news was the push, but the apology and the dap and the welcome back on stage. Shout out to Big Daddy Kane and Billy Sanders. Billy Sanders, who became famous as the sort of ASL protester of the DC protest. ASL interpreter of the DC protest. I want to see what this is, but This is called Gummy by yeah, we already talked about Kanye West and Julia Fox have broken up, and she broke up with him. She made it clear that, like, he's nice and all, the gifts were nice for me and all my friends and shit, but I was gonna make a mental health joke after just saying, like, 20 minutes ago, please don't do that shit. But, yeah. So it's Girl Scout cookie ordering season. I don't know if buying from the troops is even still a thing. You don't see them out. There's no foot traffic, and you don't. Yeah, it's just not feasible. So now you can order straight from the website, and apparently that's just okay. It's still fundraising for Girl Scout, and that's great. I don't know what that affects, how that affects individual troops and their. Like, I'm still wondering if there are codes we should use. Like, if you know a Girl Scout and they need support in their fundraising, I will get to it. But certainly moms who don't want garages full of cookies every year are probably thrilled in the newer arrangement with the drop ship direct order arrangement. I did see one person that joked, yeah, well, that you don't see the girls selling the cookies anymore because now they're in the sweatshops making them. Ouch. Which is probably not too far from the truth, but, well, yeah, some businesses are waiving previous age requirements because they can't get candidates they need. But again, I just want to make this clear because you're like, oh, well, that's interesting. That means maybe younger people can get more opportunities in the job workforce. They can't get candidates they need who are qualified for the pay that they're offering, so they're now offering the jobs to less qualified candidates. I'm not saying there shouldn't be entry-level jobs. I'm just saying we shouldn't reduce jobs that previously were not considered entry-level to entry-level jobs if and when they're not. And especially if it means we're bringing people into, and I'll just use the industry I work in, but again, the opinions I express are all my own, early learning environments, untrained, unexperienced, and too young to even have, I don't want to say the common sense, but the, no, never, there is no too young. You can work, my 14-year-olds work in FCCs all the time, and they do great. Opinions I express are purely my own. And, I don't know. I guess there are all sorts of jobs you wouldn't just want to automatically reduce the age limit if you had previously had it. I mean, I don't know. What are we going to do in bars? I mean, I worked in New York State at 18, where obviously it was 21 to, I want to say obviously, but actually, you have no idea how in my lifetime, I was surprised to find out 18 to drink was a thing in my lifetime. It only turned 21 to drink. Okay. What year did 21 to drink become federal law? And it may never be, because it actually was never a federal law. Sorry. It's still trying to quote me.
According to consumer.ftc.gov, Federal Trade Commission, the Congress passed the National Minimum Drinking Age Act in 1984, established...
84! Like, I was 9 years old. So, yeah, people, 18-year-olds were drinking. Yeah, it's amazing I survived. Like, I was already walking out and about on streets that, anyway. Right. This is Uncontrollable Urge by the Rockets off of Psycho Billy Goes Pop. I'm just gonna let it. Fuck it.
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, it's all too high. I put the limits when I'm thinking of. You wanna get from any other line. You have to be how I'm feeling. I've gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and hurt you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. We know each other for so long. Your heart is fading, but you're trying to say it. It's not me, but we know what's going on. We know the game and we're gonna play it. You have to be how I'm feeling. I'm trying to make you understand it. You have to be how I'm feeling. I'm trying to make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you.
And so while obviously child labor jokes and Girl Scouts sort of go hand in hand, I don't think that is a concern. However, palm oil is. And their answers on palm oil and a number of other issues, if you go to the Girl Scout frequently asked question page, let's discuss it. And this is Uncontrollable Urge, a diva cover, obviously.
Cause I'm losing control. Uncontrollable urge, I wanna tell you all about it. Uncontrollable urge, it makes me screaming to death.
Oh. We may have to return to the Right, we're gonna have to come back to the Girl Scout story. Because a variety of things. So, and maybe I already reported on it, and that's why I said I've already done this. Maybe I'm, okay. But their answers are not great on anything. Do you still use palm oil? Well, kind of we have to. No, you don't. Companies don't, and they just don't. What about shelf-stability? I don't know. Maybe your cookies don't need to be that shelf-stable. Maybe you don't need to sacrifice the earth for shelf-stability. Maybe you can teach your girls that integrity in product is more important than that maybe this isn't a compromise issue. But again, they want to have it both ways by celebrating those Girl Scouts who brought this to our attention. We're investigating and moving forward. Trans children, case by case basis. We leave it up to the chapter and the community to decide. So we allow discrimination if that works out for them, not necessarily the family, but or the child, but if discrimination is what works for the general, and separate but equal, we'll try and find a truth for them. But I'm trying to do this from memory, and I can't even remember all the alignment with the Catholic Church, and that's like, do you align with the Catholic Church? We align with the Catholic Church. We are politically partisan. This is like Hive, the company that is now offering, the company that is now relied on to keep us all safe from a lot of things, porn and blah, 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 and snuff films, which I've already talked about and whatnot. Hive has gone on record to be like, we're so agnostic that they made it clear we won't censor misinformation, and they'll censor what is legally the bare minimum. I mentioned Mary J. Blige. I don't think I'm playing. Oh, I could play the Mary J. Blige Touch It. I don't feel like getting it. Okay, so I'm not. Play this every other episode. Oh, it's either that or War Crimes. I'll play both. I miss having sex, but at least I don't want to die. Again, I like this song. I